Another dream is within reach. A student opens up a book. An entrepreneur takes another look.
Communities change. New families arrive. Businesses open. Neighborhoods expand. Growth brings opportunity. But many people also ask an important question. How do we welcome tomorrow without forgetting yesterday? Tonight our panel asks, how can communities balance growth while preserving their identity? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Good evening and welcome back to America Together Radio. Last episode we explored how communities build stronger neighborhood connections. Tonight we consider how communities can grow while still protecting the traditions, history, and character that make them unique.
So this isn't choosing between growth and tradition?
Exactly. Healthy communities seek ways to honor both. Tonight we'll discuss thoughtful planning, local traditions, welcoming newcomers, historic preservation, community character, and building a future that respects the past. President Pipeline, when a growing community wants to preserve its identity, where should it begin? We'll hear your answer right after the break.
The tires roll beneath the sky, past fields that stretch for miles and miles. The morning sun lights up the land.
Welcome back. Tonight's question, how can communities balance growth while preserving their identity? President Pipeline, will begin with you.
Thank you. Healthy growth begins by understanding what people already value. Before changing a community, listen to the people who call it home. Protect the traditions that bring neighbors together. Then build a future that adds to those strengths instead of replacing them.
So planning starts with listening?
Exactly. Communities preserve their identity when people feel included in shaping the future.
Sometimes newcomers and longtime residents worry they'll want different things.
Often they share more goals than they realize. Safe neighborhoods, strong schools, friendly communities, good opportunities. Those shared values create common ground.
Liberty Jack, your perspective.
Growth should welcome new ideas without forgetting local character. Celebrate local history. Support community traditions. Encourage civic participation from both longtime residents and newcomers. Communities are strongest when everyone helps write the next chapter.
So preserving identity doesn't mean resisting change?
Exactly. It means guiding change thoughtfully.
Growth works best when people feel invited instead of displaced.
Communities thrive when heritage and opportunity move forward together.
So the goal isn't choosing one over the other.
It's building a future that honors both. After the break, Lady Progress discusses welcoming newcomers while preserving belonging. Captain Constitution explores stewardship, local history, and thoughtful community planning. Stay with us.
The morning sun climbs through the smoking mountains.
Welcome back. Tonight we're exploring how communities can balance growth while preserving their identity. So far we've discussed listening, shared values, and thoughtful planning. Now let's continue. Lady Progress, how can communities welcome newcomers while helping everyone feel they belong?
Begin with hospitality. Invite new neighbors into local traditions. Introduce them to community organizations. Create opportunities to participate instead of simply observe. Belonging grows when people are invited to contribute.
So inclusion strengthens identity instead of weakening it.
Exactly. Communities become richer when new voices are welcomed into a shared story.
Captain Constitution, what does stewardship look like during periods of growth?
Stewardship means protecting the values, history, and character that shaped the community while planning responsibly for tomorrow. Preserve meaningful landmarks. Record local stories. Encourage civic participation. Growth should build upon a strong foundation rather than erase it.
So planning is about continuity as well as change?
Very much so. Wise planning connects yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
President Pipeline, what stands out to you?
Communities thrive when longtime residents and newcomers see themselves as partners. Together they preserve what matters and build what comes next.
Respect for local traditions and openness to new ideas can exist side by side.
Welcoming people strengthens community spirit.
Thoughtful stewardship protects identity for future generations.
Maybe every town should have someone whose job is simply telling its stories.
Stories remind people what makes a place special. Market Maverick off microphone, and maybe keep the recipe for the famous chili cook-off somewhere safe. After the break, Market Maverick discusses practical ways communities can grow thoughtfully. Professor Data explores research on community identity and belonging. And the People's Advocate shares everyday ways listeners can help preserve what makes their hometown unique. Stay with us.
I'm Jeremy Levan. Rural communities understand problems that national politics often ignores. Distance, roads, hospitals, water, agriculture, energy, broadband, schools, and local services are not abstract issues. They are daily realities. America Together 2028 wants those voices included.
The tires roll across the county line, underneath the sky that stretches wide.
Welcome back. Tonight we've discussed listening, stewardship, and welcoming new neighbors. Now let's ask an important question. How can communities grow while protecting what makes them special? Market Maverick, what practical steps help communities manage growth?
Plan intentionally. Improve infrastructure before it is overwhelmed. Support local businesses alongside new investment. Create public spaces where neighbors can continue gathering. Growth succeeds when quality of life grows too.
So planning should be proactive.
Exactly. Communities shape growth best when they prepare instead of simply reacting.
Professor Data, what does research suggest about community identity?
Research often finds that people develop stronger attachment to places where they participate in local traditions, know their neighbors, and feel included in civic life. Communities that preserve meaningful landmarks and shared spaces often strengthen local identity.
So the longing doesn't happen automatically.
It grows through participation and shared experiences.
People's Advocate, what practical advice would you offer listeners?
Support local events. Learn your community's history. Welcome newcomers. Volunteer for projects that improve shared spaces. Help preserve what makes your hometown feel like home.
Quick thoughts.
Growth works best when everyone has a voice.
Honor the past while preparing for the future.
Inclusion strengthens community identity.
Stewardship protects what generations have built.
Healthy growth preserves strong roots.
After the break, each mascot shares one habit that helps communities grow without losing their identity. Then we'll conclude tonight's discussion and preview our next episode. Stay with us.
The tires roll beneath the maples, past stone walls standing through the years.
Welcome back. Tonight we've explored how communities can balance growth while preserving their identity. We've talked about listening, stewardship, welcoming newcomers, thoughtful planning, and protecting the traditions that make a place feel like home. Now let's close with one final question. If you could encourage every community to practice one habit that helps it grow without losing its identity, what would it be?
Listen before you build. The strongest communities understand what people cherish before deciding what should change.
Welcome new neighbors into existing traditions while inviting them to contribute new ideas. Growth works best when everyone has a place at the table.
Make belonging intentional. Communities thrive when every person feels invited to participate.
Preserve history with purpose. Protect the stories, landmarks, and traditions that connect generations.
Happy trees grow because their roots remain strong. Communities flourish the same way.
Plan for tomorrow without forgetting today. Thoughtful preparation protects quality of life.
Support local events, local businesses, and local volunteers. Community identity is strengthened through everyday participation.
Evaluate growth regularly. Communities improve when they learn from experience and adjust thoughtfully.
Communities are living stories. Each generation adds a new chapter. The goal is not to freeze a town in time, nor is it to forget what came before. Healthy communities preserve what gives them character while welcoming opportunities that help them grow. That balance allows both heritage and hope to flourish together.
What's next inside the Thunderdome?
Next time, our panel explores Episode 030. How can communities strengthen local civic pride? We'll discuss service, local history, volunteerism, celebrations, and everyday habits that inspire people to care for the places they call home. You've been listening to America Together Radio, simulated mascot debate Thunderdome. Today's discussion featured fictional mascot characters created to explore civic ideas through respectful conversation. The characters are fictional. Their conversations are intended to encourage thoughtful growth, stewardship, and stronger communities. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep listening. Keep preserving, keep building together, and we'll see you inside the Thunderdome.
The same as they have through the years, watching seasons come